This video series, or maybe just this one video, is a part of this series that I'm doing to advertise my novel called #OliviaJsPublishd. And so, without further ado, let's get right into all the good stuff that I'm going to talk about in this video. I'm going to talk about the internal and external plot, the characters, some of the minor characters, the major characters, and I'm going to be talking about some of the content in my book, how I got the idea, etc. Right. So, this novel is called A Cactus in the Valley, and it is about these two teenagers, and they get into this, like, big plane crash. Well, it's not a big plane crash. There are 4 people, and they are the only 2 survivors, and they get stranded in the remote Arizona desert. One of the internal plot is how these characters grow and change, and how the desert environment affects them mentally and how it changes them emotionally and mentally and their whole character arc, you know. A novel that everyone has probably read that I can compare my novel to is Gary Paulson's Hatchet. It's very similar in the fact that it's about survival, and it kind of has this emotional journey along with the survival journey with it. Okay, so now on to the characters who are in A Cactus in a Valley, and there's not really very many of them, but I will say that these are some of my most favorite characters that I've ever created. The main female character, her name is Tara Lombardi, and she is kind of this shy, she's very reserved. She kind of keeps everyone at arm's length, but on the inside she's a very compassionate and caring kind of person. She's hard. She's very resourceful though, and that's one of her like main good things about her character, but she's also very aloof, and she kind of has a dark past. I mean, both of my characters have a dark past, but I won't go into that because that's kind of spoiler territory. If you check one of my blog posts, there are pictures of her. Now we're going to talk about Wyatt Hartman. He is kind of hard-headed and sarcastic, but he's also a very passionate person. They kind of are two sides of the same coin, because they're very hard, but they're also deep on the inside. They're kind of teddy bears, you know. But Wyatt, he's kind of a leader. He cares deeply for other people, but he's also kind of aggressive almost, you know. And he also has a dark past, but that's also spoiler territory. And I also have some reference pictures of him too on my blog. Some of the minor characters in A Cactus in the Valley are Harper, who is Tara's best friend. She is also kind of spunky and kind of just says whatever comes out of her mouth, you know, or whatever pops into her head, you know. But she kind of lightens up Tara. Tara can be kind of brooding and dark and emo, but Harper kind of, you know, is like, hey, Tara, get off your butt, we're gonna do some crazy shit. And then another person in Tara's life is her Grandma Abigail. She is a very important person in Tara's life. She was kind of the person who loved Tara and was there for Tara in like the darkest of time. Some characters in Wyatt's life are his little sister Lily. They're actually half siblings, but Lily is kind and sweet, and she's, I think, like 5 years younger than Wyatt or something. I don't even know. This is my own story and I don't even know. Anyways, Lily is kind of the only person in Wyatt's life that he would truly give his life for. That he does everything in his life for Lily, because he doesn't want Lily to go through what he had to go through when he was a kid. But that's also a little spoilery. And now on to the more controversial topics in this book. This is a Christian book, meaning that it does talk about God, and it talks about, you know, how Jesus is our Savior and all that stuff. The content is Christian, and the themes are Christian, and stuff like that. However, I really shy away from calling this a Christian book because of the content, and this is also a fair warning to anyone who reads my book, because there is a instance of rape, drug abuse, abuse and neglect. There's a lot of violence, swearing, thematic content, all that fun stuff. It's a fair warning to everyone, and it's also explaining why I put these things in this book. And I put these things in this book because it's to reach those people who have gone through that really hard shit in their life. Really hard. And I put it in there because without that being in there, it would not be as such an impactful story. The highs would not be as high, the lows would not be as low. And so I hope anyone, even if you're from my church or you're a Christian, and you read this book and you don't see it for just the swear words, you don't see it for just the sex scenes, you don't see it for all the violence and everything, you see it for the redemptive story that it is. Alright everyone, that's pretty much all I have to say about my novel, A Cactus in the Valley. I hope you enjoyed this video, and be on the lookout for the official release date of A Cactus in the Valley. Follow me on Instagram at olivia.j.the.wordshaker, and don't forget to follow my blog by email and subscribe. Maybe I'll post more videos related to #OliviaJTheWordShaker. Bye everybody!